Hello everyone, welcome to our 7th class of array. In our last class we have learned linear search algorithm and hope you all are practicing array programs in home. Now in today's class we will discuss about binary search algorithm. We know that the searching is the process to find a value in an array and the value to be searched in an array is known as search key. Binary search is a searching technique that works on sorted array and that is the main difference between binary search and linear search. It can work only on sorted array, whereas linear search works both on sorted array as well as on unsorted array. Another thing, binary search takes less time than linear search. It is faster and more efficient than linear search. It uses divide and conquer method to search an item in an array. It repeatedly divides the array into two pieces and focuses on the piece that can contain the target value. Here the item to be searched is compared with the middle element of the array first. If match found, the search is finished. If not, and the search item is lesser than middle element for ascending order, it performs the binary search in the first half, otherwise it performs the binary search in the latter half of the array. Let us discuss the working principle of binary search with the help of an example. Suppose I have one array with 7 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. Index numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And values of the arrays are 1, 5, 9, 12, 15, 20, 22. Array name is A. And the value to be searched is S. And it is 20 suppose. So this is my search key. We have to find this value in this array. The first index of the array is F, which is 0, and last index of the array is L, that is 6 in this example. We have to find out the middle element. Middle element's index is 3. How we are getting that? First index plus last index by 2 to get the floor value of that division. So calculation is F plus L by 2, that is M, and this is F and this is L. F for the index number of the first element of the search area and L is the index number of the last element of the search area. So first time it is the first index of the array and L is the last index of the array. So what is the middle index? 0 plus 6 by 2, that is 3. So search will start from this middle element whose index number is 3. So here 3 cases will be there. Case 1, where the value to be searched, that is S, equal to A of M, means middle element. If the data is present in the middle element, then search is finished. So this is my stopping condition. If this condition is not true, that means if the value is not present in the middle element, then it will move to a second condition. So that is case 2. Here S is less than A of M, means less than middle element's value. So if this condition is true, then data is present before the middle element. How we can say that? Because we know the array elements are sorted in ascending order. So any value which is lesser than the value of the middle element must be present to the left of the middle element. So here we have to reduce the search area. Initially my search area was from first index till last index. Now we have to search here. From here till this much, means the element before the middle element. So L value we have to change. How? Middle element's index minus 1. But this condition is also false for this value and this array, because 20 is not lesser than the value of middle element, which is 12. So it will move to the next condition. And next condition is condition 3. If this condition is false, this condition is also false. That means obviously this value S is greater than A of M. So S greater than A of M. Means this S must be present to the right of the middle element. That means here we have to change the value of F. Let F to point this element so that my search area will be from here till this much. How to do that? Middle element's index plus 1 will be the index number of the element from where the search will start. So F will point this. So here F will be M plus 1. 3 plus 1 means F is 4. And L remains same, 6. So now this is my F. So here this is my search area. In this search area again we have to find out the middle element in the next iteration. So F plus L by 2. 4 plus 6, 10 by 2 means 5. So M is 5 now. So this is my middle element. Again search will start from here. In this condition, in case 1, So S is 20. 20 is equal to A of M. 20. Yes, it is true. The search will finish at this moment. In our loop, continuously we have to check these three conditions until the value is found in the array or the first index becomes greater than the last index. Now we will take another example where the search value is not present in the array. Suppose it is 2. 2 is not present in the array. So again we will go through these three conditions in a loop. Initially my first index is 0 and last index is 6. 0, 6 and middle index is 3. When we will check the first condition for 2, this 2 is equal to middle element's value 12? No. So this is false. It will move to the second condition. In second condition we are checking S value is 2 less than middle element's value. Yes, this is true. For that we will reduce the search area and find out the value in the first term because the middle element's value is greater than that. So that value must be present before the middle element, means left to the middle element here. So F is this. L value we have to change here. How? M minus 1. This becomes L. F is 0, L is M was 3 minus 1 means 2. Now again we will find out the middle index in the next iteration. F plus L by 2. So 0 plus 2 by 2 means 1. So 1 is this one. So this is M now. So here we are checking the value S 2 is equal to A of N. A of 1 means 5. It is false. So second condition, here we are checking S2 less than A of M, 5. This is true. For that we will change the L value to reduce the search area. That means L will point what? M minus 1. F remains same 0. L becomes M minus 1 is 0. So now this is L. And from this F and L we will get middle index. So F plus L by 2. So 0 plus 0, 0 by 2 means again 0. So middle index is also 0. That means now F, M and L all are pointing this first element. So this is the last element whose value will be compared with S. So in the next iteration we are checking S is equal to A of M. S is 2, A of M is 1. 2 is equal to 1? No. This is false. In the next condition we are checking S is 2 less than A of M less than 1? No. This is also false. In last condition S is 2 greater than A of M, that is 1. 2 is greater than 1, it is true. So for that we will check the value in the next step after the middle element. Middle element is 0, F will be M plus 1. So F becomes M plus 1 means 0 plus 1 is 1 and L still pointing 0. Now see here, F greater than L, which is not possible. First index cannot be greater than last index. At that moment loop will stop. So this is another stopping condition. This is to stop the loop when the last element has been searched and the value is not present in the array. And this is the stopping condition where inside the loop we found the value in the array and loop has stopped for that. So if loop terminates for true of this condition, that means value is present, and if loop terminates for false of this condition, then value is not present. First index lesser than equal to last index. When first index becomes greater than last index, loop will terminate, means the value is not present. Now we will write the program for this. Array is A and the value to be searched is S, means search key. I am not writing class, functions and all these things. I am only writing the code for binary search. So we will declare one F variable to store the index number of the first element, which is 0. L to store the index number of the last element, which is length minus 1. A dot length minus 1. If it is unknown array, if the array is known that the array has 10 elements, we can write here 9. And then one variable to store middle index. So middle index we will find out inside the loop. So for this time, at the time of declaration, we initialize this variable by 0, because this is always a good practice to initialize the variable before it is used in the program. While to check if less than equal to L or not. So as long as this first index holds value less than or equal to last index, loop will continue. When F becomes greater than L, loop will terminate and we will come to know that the value is not present in the array. So start the loop. In first statement only we will find out the index number of middle element. M equal to F plus L by 2. So we will get the float value of the division. If the array has odd number of elements, no problem, we can easily find out the middle index. But think about the situation where the array has even number of elements, 10 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two middle elements are there, these two. Which one we will consider as middle element? This one. How? 0 is the first index, last index is 9. So 0 plus 9 by 2, integer division will give 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is middle element. So that's why I told that from this division it will take the floor value as the index number of middle element. Now remember, in case 1 we had a condition value to be searched is equal to A of n, that means middle element's value or not. If this is true, means value is present in this element, so we have to stop the loop because we found the value. Here we will use break to stop the loop. Else, if it is not true, in second case, the condition was is less than A of m. So if S less than A of m means value is present before the middle index, the last index means A's value we have to change. How? L equal to middle index minus 1. We are bringing the L index to the index before the middle index. The third case, no need to check any condition. If it is not equal to not less than means it is greater than. So here first index we have to change by m plus 1 over. Let this loop continue. Anywhere inside the loop, anytime if this condition becomes true, the loop will terminate for the execution of this break. Means the value is present at m index. And if this condition never ever is to true, the loop will continue, and one time will come, this loop conditional statement will become false. And when this becomes false, loop will terminate. And if we found after the loop has terminated for the false of this condition, means the value is not present. And if the loop is terminated for the true of this condition, for the execution of break, means the value is present at m index. That we have to check and print here. So here I am checking if f greater than L. F greater than L means this condition was false. So value is not present. Here you write system.out.println. I am not writing system.out.println because my board is very small. We will not get that much space to write the full println statement. Okay. So here what we will write, S is not present in the array, and else it is present where? At m index, means position is m plus 1. We will write here else println S is found at the position m plus 1. M plus 1 over. So this is binary search on the sorted array where all elements are sorted in ascending order. Now if the array elements are sorted in descending order, where what to change? Only here. Instead of less than, we will put here greater than. Bas over. So you can pause this video to copy this code and check this code in your machine. Maybe I am wrong. So you have to confirm that this code is correct or not in computer, because computer cannot teach you wrong things. So this is binary search. We have learned binary search today, and in our last class we have learned linear search. So easily we can find out the difference between linear search and binary search. So what is that? Binary search uses the divide and conquer method to repeatedly divide the array into two pieces and performs the binary search for the search key on the piece that can contain the target value. And linear search method compares the value of the search key with each and every element sequentially from first element till last element to find out the value. Second, binary search works on sorted array, and linear search works on sorted as well as on unsorted array. Third is binary search is faster and more efficient than linear search. Linear search is slower than binary search. Hope these two searching algorithms are clear to you. So practice searching program in your computer. Here is a homework for you. Question is on your screen. Copy this question and solve the problem in machine. That's all. See you in our next class. Till then, bye. Have a nice day.